When you think of Sony, you think of the PS4 for gaming, the Sony A1000 or A7R series for the cameras, and maybe Blu-ray, not necessarily smartphones, even though the lenses have been used about 90% of smartphones today. Well, they've been making phones, and quite for a while too. Got a chance to check out one of their more recent devices, which is their Xperia XZ Premium, touting key selling features like a 4K display and only smartphone capable of a 960 frames per second super slow motion video. So we've had about a little over a month with it, and now we're ready to talk to you guys and let you know Sony deserves your attention for smartphones. So in regards to the XZ Premium's hardware, it's a rectangular block. It's what Sony's been sticking with for the past few years. Even though 2017 everybody's moving away from bezels, this still has the thicker bezels. So you got a headphone jack, you got front-facing speakers, you have a DAC for listening audio on wired headphones, intended power button, and a dedicated camera button. No fingerprint reader though. Now moving on to one of those selling points we talked about is their 5.5-inch 4K HDR LCD panel. I know it's a mouthful. So how does 4K look on a smartphone? It looks pretty good. It's an LCD panel. It's not a huge difference from QHD in regards to, resolution bump. But the 4K, the thing about this, the 4K display is only 4K when using 4K content. Other than that, it downscales to QHD display, so it's not sapping your battery life. You do have the usual suspects of Snapdragon 835 processor, 4 gigs of RAM, and 64 gigs of storage. So it runs about as smooth as a Pixel or a Nexus. So, other than Sony's Xperia UI or whatever, it's pretty lightweight. It's not too much things that kind of bog down the performance of it. So, you can do some heavy duty streaming, live streaming, multiple apps open, 4K display. I didn't come any across with app freezing or hiccup and none of that. Moving on to the battery life, you have a 3,230 milliamp battery, which you might say is a little small for someone with a 4K display. Don't worry about it. Sony thought about it. They made sure to minimize it and make sure that it works so it's not draining your battery. And it's pretty damn good. Superb battery life. I was able to get 12 to 15 hours on a single charge. That's moderate to heavy. Light to barely using it, you're gonna get maybe over 24 hours with this thing. You don't have wireless charging, but you do have the option for quick charge 3.0. So now on to that other main selling point, the camera. Now they're using the f2.0 19 megapixel rear facing camera. They call it Motion Eye. So the images come out good and sharp, but the colors are a tad bit muted and lack that pop that we're grown accustomed to seeing. It's not a bad camera. It's just that, little tweaks that can be fixed with a software update. As far as just the overall raw performance, it's still pretty good. Now on to the 960 frames per second slow motion. It works really good. It's while everybody's still, just getting to 240, they just jumped straight to 960. It looks really good. The only I guess asterisk that you need to know about it is that the video is at 720p. So if that's an issue for you, you still got some that nobody else can do on a smartphone, so got to give and take, I guess. It comes out really well. Everything else is good. You can shoot video in 4K. They have their built-in video editor, which is really good. I like to see a lot more companies doing that because Android really doesn't have a marquee way to edit your videos. So on the software side, Sony has a few apps that you may see everywhere. They got Movie Creator, got a news app, a photo kind of gallery of sorts. But they do have some interesting things. Your PS4 player, you got the Xperia. You can sync that and use that with your PS4, which is cool. I'm an Xbox guy, so I wasn't able to use it. And then they have a thing called AR effects. So it's kind of like what a lot of other companies doing now, where you put AR, put a dinosaur running in your photo and all that. The Xperia XZ Premium, I really enjoyed my time with it. It reminds me of the original Pixel, the Pixel from last year, where it's a great device, but it's doesn't have the best design, so it's not going to draw people in. Still checks off a lot of personal boxes, which a lot of people will want, good battery life, performance, and camera. Or if you got a problem with the software, it looks too bland, you can always throw a launcher on there and move on. I think it retails for $800, but right now you can get it anywhere between $5 and $530, so it's not really breaking your pocket. I would just like to see Sony do something different with their design. I think it's time for them to do design. They don't have much of marketing either, so they're on Amazon and Sony stores and other various retailers. So as always, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. We appreciate you for doing so. Take care.